How do? Welcome to Great Glen Way. As you'll have seen, they're still doing renovation work on Castle. So the starting point, we call it plinth, tablet, it's been dumped just outside perimeter at works, upside down as well. So you had to sit down to take me starting photo. So yeah, we're doing this over 4 days. Finished East Island Way yesterday, so I'm feeling it a bit, so try not to be too moany. But it's very, very slightly spitting, and I'm like loath to stop and put my cover on at minute. I think we'll be alright. Just walked out at City alongside river, and then we just come to the canal. We've got to go through an housing estate before we sort of get out into Sticks. But yeah, 4 days. Today, just under 19 miles to Drumnadrochit. Stopping at Loch Ness Bunkhouse tonight, which will be nice. So yeah, we'll see how we go. It's not golf. Answers on a postcard. Is it some kind of Highland game? Not sure. So it is golf. There's just no holes. Makes it even more pointless, doesn't it? So I think I saw 3 signs on East Island Way. I've been going just over 2 miles. And I must have been 15 already on this. I'll probably get lost now. Right, so we've left Inverness and civilization behind us now, and we're out into the countryside. Quite a bit of walking through forest before you eventually drop down Lochside, stretching to Drumnadrochit. As you can see, the weather's fine again. Feet don't feel too bad, to be honest. I think I've had a psychological boost because the East Island Way I wore in gingy toe liners with Dexel waterproof socks, and obviously them socks are airtight, so when you put them on it's like putting your foot into a balloon, so heat's obviously not escaping, so I don't think that helps with your feet being hot. So it's nice. I've got some like full on in gingy socks, not liners but toe socks. My feet feel not too bad at the moment. So, hope that continues. Yeah, so I think most people do this Fort William to Inverness. I'm doing it north to south purely for the reason that I finished East Island Way in Aviemore yesterday. Got trained that night in Inverness, and then obviously walking back to Fort William over 4 days. I've got another night at Garrison Cells on Tuesday night before early train out of Fort William, and a long day home. But we're just on. This is quite a long stretch here, woodland path. It's just fairly straightforward, there's no navigation to worry about. as I say, it is a bit of a stretch. It all looks a bit samey, but at some point later on today we'll get views of Loch Ness. But that's a way off yet. Right, so I'm about 8.5 miles in now, and I don't want to tempt fate, but I'll just start this again as the biker come in. Biker growth. Yeah, about 8.5 miles in, and I feel alright. Shine slightly took off finishing East Island Way yesterday, because the last few miles I were hurting, but I just got today and next 4 days at Great Glen Way on my mind, thinking, is it too much? But yeah, like I said, this walking's been great. Straightforward paths. That change of socks, I think, psychologically and physically has helped. So far, so good. Probably 10 mile or so to end today. Weather's holding up beautifully. I got a bit cold when I stopped for a rest then, but I'm fine again now. I've started walking. Past half a dozen cyclists and half a dozen walkers, but they've not got big packs on, so I think they're just day walking. But yeah, feeling alright. I don't reckon much this campsite. There's no water. Accommodation looks a bit shabby. No, I don't think I'd recommend this place. Okay, that's his first glimpse of Loch Ness. That's not a bad view, is it? Wow, 16 mile in, we've got his first view. Gorgeous. So when I got down to road level, it turned out there were another 2 miles to go to Bunkhouse. That's good.